right now. Right now. Need crew love right now. Cause we two up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. First I pull up, hop out. Valet, walk out. All these bands I lost count. Cause I'm two up right now. Two up right now.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Newton. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned to get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Gano out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On 2nd down, Ryan got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Ryan on second down. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? That throw good for 4. It's second down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now it's Ryan. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
Buying time to his left. He's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Thomas Davis able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey, eluding the pressure right. They find some open field here. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Let's be frank, you hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. midfield now. Here's Ryan. Trying to lay one up deep. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they dropped it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15. Out of the gun, Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He was looking that time for Stills.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
I mean, you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Newton. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And he gets this away. Look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Escape, Ryan hit, and he lost the football. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Carolina getting set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And just shutting him off there. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the 50, Newton. Going deep here for Landry. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Being chased out left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Vic Beasley in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Newton. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cassius Marsh. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Now it's Newton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And Gano's kick is right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Dontari Poe in on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They run. Devontae Freeman finding room to the 20. Touchdown, Falcons! Devontae Freeman, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Falcons draw a bit closer.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
180.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Newton on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point try good by Gano. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Gano out to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. 93 yards. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Panthers coming out now. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Now a play fake here on first down. Able to get away. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
21.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 yards for number 11. And that's the connection, Ryan to Jones, that this defense obviously has to key in on.
Certainly feels like they got the party started with that one, doesn't it? And when those two get in sync, it just scares the heck out of defenses because he can hit Julio Jones in a short zone, and he can take it the whole way.
On first down, Ryan letting one go deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run here with Freeman. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Ryan. Forced out to fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Panthers have recovered. They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And now he'll tuck it and run. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. A final shot before the break. Newton. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw on 2nd down, Ryan. And Stills over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 34.
180.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Newton. Pass incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up 1st downs.
3 down. 3 down. On the ball, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball.
Off play action, Newton. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Jarvis Landry, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Panthers add on to their lead. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Gano out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Falcons now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The penalty helps a bit, but still 8 yards to go on 3rd down for this offense. From the gun, Ryan steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Ryan on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Ryan now off the bootleg. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. On 3rd down, Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a 1st. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down. Quick hitch, complete. It's Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was.
Touchdown, Falcons! Devontae Freeman, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Pitching it out to McCaffrey. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Here we go, fellas.
Here's Newton. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And that one incomplete. They tried to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now Newton. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Shakes off the sack. Flushed out right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here we go. Hey. That's it, buddy. Gun.
Here's Newton now on second down. The quick slant caught. And he's brought down. And that pickup will be good for a first down. Give him 10 yards exactly on the quick slant. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He'll get it up the middle. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. And this is caught for a touchdown. We'll check the flag, but it looked like a clear offsides, and it should stand. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I
would
don't
do
even know
for
why
them?
they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Gano the extra point, so 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
Gano out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Now, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. After the interception, here's Ryan. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Here's Bryant for the extra point. Bryant's extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now with toss, this is McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Now Anderson. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Newton. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for 15 and a first. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Newton now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Newton. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Set. 180.
Throwing here, Newton. He's going to look deep down the field. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Newton to throw. And this is caught. He hits more. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's rock now.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and these creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The Falcons going to use another timeout as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Now it's Newton. And this is caught. And that could seal it. That's a touchdown.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Gun!
Now Ryan. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Dontari Poe in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Panthers, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.